What's up? So it's New Year's Eve. I just finished cleaning my apartment and getting ready to bring in the new year, and I thought I'd just sit down and make a video kind of reflecting on the year that I've had, reflecting on 2023 and setting some intentions going into the new year for 2024. 2023 was honestly a pretty healing and restful, I would say, year for me. As some of you may know, I've been doing poetry for a while. I actually left my full-time job in 2019 to start doing poetry full-time. And then, 2020 happened, and over kind of the past couple years, I've been falling out of love with that line of work, with doing poetry and being a poet for several reasons. Then luckily in 2021, I won the Leeway Transformation Award, which is a nice size grant for artists in Philly. I won it for my work in poetry, and I was able to use that money to take a break from taking on poetry work and just kind of live, pay my rent with that stuff, with that money, and not work and reassess my life pretty much. Then earlier this year in February, I started a new job. I got back into the 9-to-5 world, and I became a grant writer for a hunger relief nonprofit. And that has been, honestly, can't complain. It's been a great move. It's a good paying job. It's relatively stress-free, easy for me. Like, my skill set easily transfers over to that. I kind of used my experience applying for the Leeway Transformation Award, used that as experience to get this job, and they took a chance on me, and I've been doing great so far. But yeah, it's a relatively stress-free work environment. After 90 days at the job, I was able to go hybrid, so I only go into the office 2 days a week, which is really clutch. I get paid well. The people I work with are chill for the most part. Yeah, overall can't complain. Going into the new year, I'm very excited. I'm very excited for 2024. This is the year that I turned 30. I turned 30 on January 11th, which is in 11 days. So it's always cool that whenever I go into a new year, not only do I go into a new numerical year, but I go into a new personal year. And this one is deeply personal. It's 30. It's a big, that's a landmark year. And I feel nothing but excitement. I feel like my life is just about to start. I feel like everything up until this moment has just kind of been the preface, and this is now, I'm entering into the real deal, and I'm excited for that. I'm celebrating by going on a solo trip to Costa Rica. I went to Costa Rica in college. I was in this Latin American studies semester where all my classes that semester in college were in Spanish. We were only supposed to speak Spanish. And then we did a 3-week study trip to Costa Rica, and I fell in love with it. So I've always wanted to go back, and now I am. So that's exciting. Really looking forward to that. The other intentions that I want to set for this year are to really be more intentional about my hobbies. I've been really proud of myself, especially this year, of my fitness goals. I really wanted to get abs by 30. Not certain that I'm going to see that result, though. I have abs, but I also have fat. That's what's going on right now. But I was really on top of it. I've been doing Zumba for several years, and I continue that this year. I started Pilates this year, which has been really cool. And I also got a barbell for my apartment, so I do deadlifts in here sometimes. So I'm really proud of myself for the dedication I had towards my fitness this year, and I'm going to continue that and onward and upward in that hobby going into the new year. I want to be more intentional about how I practice music. Because I love to sing. I also play guitar. I've played guitar since I was 10 years old, and I just want to practice it. I want to do more of a practice with it. I've been singing, like making little videos on Instagram where I sing a song or I sing part of a song, and that's been cool. But I want to do more. I just want to do more with it. I would really love to do something like sing background vocals for someone. I'd love to audition for like small local musicals. It's something that I really think this is the place I think I'm going to actually start, is maybe get a vocal coach. Just someone who's in the kind of that world of music, and not only can help me train my voice, but can maybe open a door to ways to go about pursuing music in a way that doesn't make it work, because that's a big thing I want to do. I don't want to turn my passions and things that bring me joy into work, but I do want to practice them, because practicing joy is important, I think. So I want to be intentional with how I pursue music. I also want to be more intentional about this YouTube channel. I don't want to do, again, I don't want to make this work, so I'm not going to do something. I'm unlikely that I'm going to post weekly or be an influencer and start getting sponsorships and brand deals. Not interested in that. But I do want to be more intentional about consistently or semi-consistently making videos about, I don't know what, because I do love YouTube, and this is a hobby of mine. It's cool to have a thing to do like this. So that's music, fitness, YouTube. Oh, skating. I started skating. I got skates a couple years ago. I've done a little skating this year, and in the new year I want to do even more skating. I've kind of learned how to skate backwards, very beginners backwards skating, and I also know how to turn. I've met a couple girls or women through my Pilates coach, actually. She does a wellness crawl, and I've met a lot of other women, black women in the city who are into fitness, and I met some that skate. So be more intentional about hanging out with them, forming connections with them, skating, and learning more about skates and learning tricks and all that good stuff. I want to do more of that in 2024 also. The other kind of biggest thing is that I want to, like I mentioned in my reflection on 2023, that up until this point, my healing process with my relationship with writing has been rest, has been putting a pause on all that stuff and just resting. And I think in the new year, I want to get out of rest. That doesn't sound right. I want to start the real work of fixing that relationship with writing, getting into more of a practice with my writing in a way that doesn't center poetry or a poetry community. I've started working on a novel. I have very, very rough drafts of about the first 2 chapters of a novel, and I have an idea that's 90% fleshed out. So I want to be more intentional about working on that novel and finishing that up in this year. And I also want to try, I watch a lot of TV, I watch a lot of shows, I also watch a lot of YouTube. I just watch a lot of stuff. And in this year, I would like to start maybe writing about some of the shows and the movies that I watch in like essay form or blog posts. I want to get into a practice of maybe doing that in the new year as well. And speaking of TV, I also want to work on my TV addiction, because I do watch way too much YouTube, TV, movies, shows, whatever. I watch a little bit too much content. So I want to work on my TV addiction in the new year. And just replacing that with, fostering my hobbies, reading more, listening to music more. So I think that's pretty much it. I'm really excited for 2024. Onward and upward. Turning 30. Everything's looking Gucci. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. So Happy New Year to anybody that's watching. I hope that you learned your lessons and you were applying them, and things are looking onward and upward for you as well. Thank you. Bye.